When I'm not regretting every single past action and fantasizing about relationships with people that don't know I exist, I'm reading manga. Hi, I'm very depressed. Believe it or not, I have a degree in game programming. That means I should be able to make a video game. But all I do with my time is write books and read manga. I'm too lazy to create a full-scale game, and the old devlogs on this channel prove that. One day, when I was reading manga, I decided to reread Liar Game by Shinobu Kaitani. Definitely butchered it. It's basically a variety of games where people are trying to win a large sum of money, similar to Squid Games but without the death, and more smart thinking and strategy based. It's a great manga and I highly recommend it. There are several games throughout, but the one I'm interested in is called The Record of the Four Kingdoms. It's one of the last games they play in the manga, and I want to make it real. Not exactly real, but playable. But what is The Record of the Four Kingdoms? Well, let me explain. There are 4 towers, all staring down at each other. Each tower is a team, usually consisting of several members. The idea is to lower the other tower's hit points, or HP, to 0. To do this, you can submit 3 actions a turn. These actions can either be attack a tower or defend from a tower. Since there are 3 towers to either attack or defend from, you have 6 possible actions, but can only do half, or you can do less. Each action also takes 1 HP away from you, so you may want to only use 2 actions, or play ballsy and do no actions. But what happens if you get attacked? If you get attacked, you lose 3 HP. If you successfully defend, you lose nothing apart from the points you spent on defending. It comes across as a little complicated, but it's really easy to pick up. During my second year of university, I actually made this game for an AI project. I created the exact thing we'll be making today, but with 4 AI against each other instead of 4 real players. You can see the results on the screen. I thought it was super cool and fun to watch. I'll explain a bit about how this version works, as I need to drag this video out a bit. To start, you can see the tower's life points and money along with a few little numbers. The life points are self-explanatory, but what about the numbers? Well, the numbers are used to determine how much an AI hates the other towers. The higher the number, the higher the hate. This number is used a lot in calculations behind the scenes, and you can see how it affects their actions and their moves. The money was a way for them to improve their relations. The towers could trade money to hopefully improve with other towers, but didn't really work that well. It was a far from perfect demo, and was made for a little university project, but it got me a high grade and I loved working on it. We can learn a lot from it, and I'll bring over several features and concepts from it into the new one. If you wish to watch a full match between this AI, as well as the additional 1-player mode I created during the extra time I had before submission, you can check out the link in the description below. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to turn this great little concept into a playable multiplayer game. Only one problem: I know nothing about multiplayer. I do have a degree in video game programming, and we did learn about networking, but once I passed the exams, I stopped showing up to class because of how boring it was. There were 4 exams, each with 25 questions, and all you needed was 40 questions right. So I passed once I got the 40 from the first 2. I kind of just stopped caring, which means I have a lot to learn. And sadly, my choice of engine Unity sucks for multiplayer. Unity are currently trying to revamp their own multiplayer stuff, so we can't use Unity's netcode or whatever it's called. But what we can use is an asset that is based around Unity's old netcode, and that brings us to Mirror. Mirror is a free Unity store add-on that, as I said, is based around the old Unity multiplayer system. It's supposed to be super good and super easy to use, so I was hopeful that I could learn it. But I think I was too hopeful, because on this day, August 27, 2020, I was ready to program. I started off super strong, I was ready to do it. I had got the players joining and even set up control rooms for the towers. Players could go in them and move around whilst looking at the various things on the wall. It was going pretty well. All I had to do left was the hard programming stuff. But sadly, the date I said, August 2020, was not a mistake. I started working on this in August 2020, and I'm writing this script in November 2021, over a year later. And I'm recording this January 2022. I was way over my head. I had no idea what to do. There was so much I didn't know. I call programming a large puzzle, but networking is a large puzzle that's not a ton of crack and never fully recovered. I was doomed to never finish this project, but I wanted to. And on October 3rd, 2021, I returned. Sadly, I knew that making this 3D was going to be the death of me. The complexity 3D adds to it was too tedious to deal with, so I thought 2D was best, one scene and nothing extra. It could all be done through various UI, it wouldn't be as cool, but it would mean the project would get done. So I set it up. got some basic 2D movement going along with the team colours for the towers, and then back to the same issue as before. No idea what I'm doing. So I went back to square one and decided to watch some YouTube tutorials. The reason I didn't do this originally was because I couldn't find any good ones. I was after something complicated and it was hard to find anything other than the basics of multiplayer programming. But then I found something. My biggest issue was syncing data from the clients to the server. If I could figure that out, I was certain I could finish the project. I just didn't understand commands or client RCP calls until I found a video by Shrine. This video helped me understand. It helped break it down for me and was super clear about what everything was needed for. Without it, this project would have been stuck in a loop of failure. So it was time to start again. I took the old Unity project and dragged it to the side and opened up a new one. Obviously, I started with the basics and it was the movement. Easy, done it before. But then came naming yourself. Apparently this is really easy to do and it's a good sign for the future that I really struggled with this. All you gotta do is call a function on the player to the server to set it and sync the player name var. It's that easy. It sounds complicated, but it's like 2 lines. But this was all a learning experience. As now that I knew how to do it, I could work on the next thing. Building the towers. I want the towers to feel cool and alive. It's one thing to have it all done by just navigating UI, but I wanted to do more than that. I want it to be like a ship with different sections of the towers having different informations. You can see in the first attempt what I meant by this. One wall will show your tower stats, another wall will show a log of actions between the towers. I just wanted it to feel and look cool. But most of those are little details that can come later. As for now, the main part is the gameplay. This was going to be the hardest part, but in theory it should be super easy. All I need to do is plan it. I need to plan the order of events and how inputs will be handled. Then once that is done, process the inputs and send them back to the players. Super easy sounding. Once I get one round working, the rest will work perfectly. The idea is that once one round works, then 50 will or 500. The first part is tower ownership, making sure the tower knows what player it belongs to and vice versa. It wasn't too difficult, but I was still trying to get my head around commands and client calls, but with a simple command, we can inform the server of who the owner is. Next part was procrastination, as I really didn't want to work on this. So I finished setting up the towers and added a little speaker for music to play out of. I gave it a little effect so it sounded cooler, and have a listen. Things were going well, until I stopped working on the project for a few months. I attempted to work on the main meet, the input in actions, and quickly hit a roadblock. The towers were struggling to know their owner, and I was having trouble with the client showing the correct ownership. Currently, at the time of writing this in the script, it's January 12th, 2022. But that's okay. After my 3 little month break of not thinking about it, I returned and made some progress. I fixed some minor little bugs and managed to get it so the player hosting inputs works on all the clients. Sadly, getting the clients to know each other's input was difficult. Since I now had a job, I had less time to work on the project, so most of my thoughts were just that. But to make things worse, somewhere along the line the naming messed up. I feel like it's true multiplayer development fashion for something completely unrelated to suddenly stop working, so I did what anyone would do and worked on something else. I was never happy with how the area looked, so I made it feel a bit smaller just by lowering the walls. It makes the towers feel that bit bigger. I wanted to check how it looked in the manga and tried to recreate the area, but I was saving that for another time where I got stuck and didn't want to code. At this point, I was a bit more concerned about how to play with my friends. Originally I was just going to use something like Hamachi, but then I thought, why not use Steam? You see, I have no intention of ever uploading this to Steam, because it's not a full game and it costs $100 to upload to Steam. But I think you can get it to work so long as everyone you want to play with uploads as a non-Steam game. There are a few issues with this, like the name of the game you're playing is Space Wars, and it's extremely impractical for anything above like 4 or 5 people. But that's perfect because I only need 4 people. I'd like to also thank Dapper Dino for his tutorials on this. They were super helpful and helped me get through with the Steam implementation. However, more issues arose. I implemented a basic lobby and player joining system before changing the scene, but this was where the issue started. For some reason, when a player tried to join, the host would crash. Me and a friend spent many hours trying to figure out why it was happening. We tried everything we could think of, googled everything, and even tried to reinstall it all. We looked into all the code, tried to debug it, and everything we could think of. But sadly nothing worked. And to make things worse, one time when I reloaded the project, things didn't re-import properly. The project was looking more and more dire. I was starting to lose hope. This was extremely disheartening. But then I decided to restart again. Attempt number 4. This time I started with the lobby, because once the lobby was set up and the players could get into the scene, it was smooth sailing, or at least smoother sailing. The only saving grace was that I decided to restart on a Wednesday evening, and since I don't work on Thursdays, I was able to spend the entire day working on it. I did always think that if I was to release this game on Steam, I would probably restart it completely. It would be a version started from scratch where I could improve on a lot, as a lot of it is spaghetti code. And maybe this would be the one, except it wasn't. I spent about 7 hours on Thursday just trying to get the lobby working properly. Since I had to restart everything, I also had to re-import the player movement, camera movement, player naming, remake the main menu, make the lobby, and more. To make things worse, I was testing it on a separate Steam account, which I had open on a slow laptop next to me. So when I was ready to test, I'd build the game, put it on a USB, bring that over to my laptop, put it on Steam, and then test it. This process took a few minutes each time, but it was mostly just trying to get the naming to work, which was annoying. All these little things required a lot of small changes in testing, so it was taking a long, grueling process. But after 3 failed attempts, many hours and days spanned over years, and a lot of pain, it was done. All that was left to do was to test it with my friends. So for the rest of the video, I'm going to be showing some gameplay. So thank you for watching, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you'd play this. If there's enough support, I might release it on Steam as free to play early access, and then constantly add to it. But I'd only be able to do that once I change and finish a lot of stuff, so I need time and support for that to happen. If you want to watch the full gameplay, there's a link in the description, or in the card above. I think we're all in, so I'll click start game. And hopefully... Okay, so everyone's in, yeah? We're all in?
Yeah.
Alright, so you can pick your towers. We can kiss. You've noticed the sounds work as well. The footsteps. Ah, shit, that bug's still in. Okay.
Oh!
Whoa, why are you still attacking me?
He's attacking and defending. Well, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, of course. You could use any free actions. As long as you're using free actions. Okay. You just showed me a really interesting bug there, Kieran, by walking into the range of my thing. I'm losing here. Look, my life points are so much lower than both of yours. The rules.
Yeah, there should be a ready up, a lock in button.
There should.
Speeds up this timer.
You're going to have to write an email and write a bug report.
Can I write a Steam review?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you're still attacking me, aren't you, Owen?
I've noticed your life is still going down, even though I'm the only one that's attacking you.
It's because I'm doing actions, yeah.
I do all the other stuff.
No one's attacking Ethan. No one's attacking anyone. Ethan's playing smart here.
You know it, you know it.
Ah, fill that up.
Ethan went for the no. The no nothing. Oh my god, I'm on 57. I'm getting hella bullied. No one's even attacking the man who's doing not even here. What's he doing? What's he? Oh, look at this. He's got the plan to check how many actions I've got. Like,
Can you actually?
yeah, you can. Do you want to see it? I've done 3 actions. No, you can't see what actions I've done, but you can see how many I've done through life points.
Whoa.
Whoa, he got away with doing no actions? We can't let that stand.
Big Chad. Wait, what? Look at the stand in front of the board.
This
And
thing.
look at it.
This board.
Yeah.
What about it?
Yeah, look at it. Look at it.
Oh, this board here.
I don't know which look at the board. Are you looking at it now?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if the text was run the right way.
Oh, on my name?
Yeah.
You not? You should use. Oh, you're right. Are you looking at? I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
Oh, the text is wrong. You're right. Yeah, text is inverted. All right, I've got to go back to my tower. Oh, he
hits.
attacked!
Oh my god. I can read you boys like a book, honestly.
We need the 4th player here.
This game is
We
far
need the-
too easy. If you just use a little bit of logic, you can determine what you guys are going to do the rest of the time.
I don't know. He's mind gaming me. I don't know what to do. I'm so low now. I can't afford anything.
The game is easy. It's all I'm saying. Perhaps make this game a little bit harder. That's my review.
I mean, normally it is pretty hard.
A big brain like myself.
No, no, yeah.
So if you're perhaps a little on the weaker side.
It's because we started with 3 people instead of 4. When you start with 4, like, you get to 50 health really quick. And it just is much harder. When I'm not regretting every single past action and fantasizing about relationships with people that I don't know. Oh, fuck me. While the numbers are used, I'm an idiot. But once I passed the exams, I shopped. It was going pretty well. The idea was that all I had to do was, wow, my script is awful. This video helped me understand. It helped me break down what needed to be what. That makes no sense. As now that I knew how to do all that, wow, I wrote that.